Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to wash your mountain bike. So the first thing you'll need is a bike, obviously. Doesn't matter if it's a full suspension or a hardtail. You'll need something to keep your bike from falling over. I'm using a bike stand, but it's not necessary. A bucket, a variety of brushes, but make sure that you're okay with getting them greasy. A chain cleaner is very helpful, but is definitely not necessary. Some sort of degreaser. I'm using Simple Green diluted 50% with water and a spray gun from the dollar store. Some type of soap. I use Chemical Guy's car wash meant for cars, as it doesn't take off the wax I put on the paint. Some people use dishwashing soap, but isn't best for your paint. Car wash has never let me down, and it's safe for your rotors and seals. A wash mitt. I'm using this one from the dollar store. And a rag and microfiber cloth. Put your bike on a stand or lean it against something sturdy. Get your hose of choice. I'm using a nozzle with adjustable pressure. Assess the crustiness. Now it's time to spray your bike down. Use a medium pressure. You don't want to blast mud and water into your bearings, so the less pressure, the better. Make sure to not directly spray on moving parts and crevices. Stand far away from the bike so the pressure of the water is lessened. If you don't trust yourself with a hose, you can use a spray bottle. If you need to get mud that's caked on suspension linkages, lower the pressure of the water and try to spray on the linkage but not the bearings. Also try not to spray on the cockpit of the bike. Shifters and brake levers have very little grease, so pushing water through them will cause them to wear faster. If you have suspension, do not spray on the seals. It will push water into them, causing problems. Make sure to spray the mud off your driveway. Grab your degreaser and spray it on your drivetrain. Grab a brush and scrub vigorously. I'm using a brush from a shoe cleaning kit. Brushes with large surface area has worked the best for me. Avoid getting degreaser and overspray from scrubbing on the rotor. I use a toothbrush to brush the tighter spots of the drivetrain. Make sure to get the back of the chainring too. I'm using Peugeot's chain pig. It clamps to the chain and attaches to your derailleur. Works pretty good and saves some time, but definitely do not need it. After you scrub the drivetrain thoroughly, spray it down with a light pressure. Don't directly spray on any part of the drivetrain. You'll see all the crud drip off your chain. After you spray it, you can rub your finger along the chain. If your finger turns black, it means you didn't clean off all the lube and you will need to scrub it again. Now that the drivetrain is spotless, spray the frame down again. You want to have the water on the frame as it acts like a lubricant. Get your bucket and make sure there's no debris in it. Get your soap and put some in the bucket. A little goes a long way. Fill the bucket with water and get your wash mitt. Make sure your mitt is super soapy. Start with stuff that you don't want to get scratched up first and the least dirty things. I start with either the top tube or the stanchions of the suspension. When you're washing the stanchions, make side-to-side scrubs instead of up and down. Having horizontal scratches is least likely to leak air rather than having vertical scratches. When wiping paint, use light pressure and visit the wash bucket after almost each wipe. I do this because I want the least amount of dirt on the mitt to be swirled around on the frame. If there's visible dirt on the mitt, spray it down with the hose. The least amount of dirt in the bucket means less swirls. Try to never drop the mitt. The ground has sand and grit on it, so you don't want to be rubbing that stuff into your paint. If you drop it, throw it in the washing machine. Once you finish washing the frame, put your mitt somewhere out of the bucket. You can grab a brush and dip it in the bucket. Go over the drivetrain again just to be sure it's spotless. You can scrub the pedals down too. If you have a leaf blower, now is the time to use it. If you don't, you can just ride around the block so the water flings off.